Welcome to the fourth vlog in our series on scaling talent, where our goal is to empower you to build an amazing company by building an amazing team. In today's vlog post, we're going to give you a fourth tool to help you scale an amazing team, and that is an employee value proposition or a staff promise. One of the biggest challenges that scale-ups face is, frankly, it's David versus Goliath in a war for talent. Frankly, if you want the best coders or engineers, so does Google and so does Apple, and they can pay more and they have better perks. So you can't compete toe-to-toe with Goliath in the way that they compete. And this is a challenge you have to overcome and actually win in order to build an A team and build a great company. So today's tool is about how to overcome that particular challenge. So I'm going to start with just a brief demonstration, and I'm going to promise you that you can win the war for talent. You can build an amazing team where you have more than 75% of your team being A performers in their roles, and nobody can touch you because you have such an amazing team. So let's illustrate. On your screen, I want you to notice what in my view is the best ever recruitment advertisement. It's by a guy called Ernest Shackleton. Ernest Shackleton was a famous explorer who did the first trip to the Arctic, and in his recruiting, this was the ad that he posted in the papers. Now, as I read this, just ask yourself, what was this guy smoking? Would you respond to this ad? Men wanted for hazardous journey, small wages, bitter cold, long months of complete darkness, constant danger, safe return doubtful, humor, honor, and recognition in case of success. Ernest Shackleton. Now, I don't know about you, but that probably would not compel me. But do you know what the result was? The result was that he said in his response, in the responses, that it felt like half of Britain wanted to join the trip. That's how many interested responses he got. So if you think it's tough recruiting in your business with the pay bands you have, with the limited resources you have, with the challenges you have, the size you have, the sexiness you have, try Ernest Shackleton's challenge. Take people to almost certain death through bitter cold and suffering, and yet he succeeded. So what did he do? Well, what he did is he offered an amazing challenge, an adventure of a lifetime, and honor and prestige in the event of success. And there were enough people out there to fill that boat and that voyage 100 times over. And for you, there are enough people out there to fill your voyage 100 times over. There are enough people that don't want to work at Google or Apple because what Google and Apple offer don't meet their needs. They're A players, they'll deliver amazing results, but frankly, they'll get more of what they're looking for at your company than at Apple or Google. Okay, well, the next question is, how do you actually attract them? And that's where the employee value proposition comes in. The reality is, for A players, it's pretty clear what most of them want as a general package. There are nuances for individuals, but in general, on your screen, you'll see the key things you need to do on the top right to win A players. In summary, you want to be selling a purpose, challenge, and the team they're going to work with, not a job. So tell them about the mission of your company and make sure it's inspiring. Tell them about the opportunity in the role. What are they going to achieve that's going to really look good on their resume and make them feel amazing about why they come to work every day? What kind of people are they going to work with? How's it going to be feeling every day to work with the team and the leaders that they come to work with every day? How are they going to grow? What new skills, networks, and knowledge are they going to acquire because of this role? And lastly, how you're going to reward them. And this is last for a reason, because for A players, this is a hygiene factor. You've got to pay them enough so they don't want to go somewhere else. But pay is not going to win them, and pay is not going to keep them. What's going to win them and keep them is the other four things. So these are the most important things to package into your employee value proposition. So on your screen, you'll just see a brief template for designing your employee value proposition. I would put this on a page right after your role scorecard. I would sit and think about how you're going to sell this role to an A player. What are you offering them that they won't get anywhere else that would make them really fortunate to get this role? Here's a framework for you based on the previous slide, and I would recommend doing this before you actually go to market, recruiting for talent in a vacancy. I hope that this will really help you change the game of recruiting in your favor so you can build an amazing team and scale a great company.